Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel. I'm your cosmic auntie. And I'm so glad you're here. I am recording this for December, but I could find you at any time. Tarot timing works in its own way, so whenever it does find you, I'm glad you're here once again, and please stay if you'd like to. I'm excited to see what this energetic chat has in store for us, because the visual I received is interesting, and it kind of led me down an interesting path on the internet. So thank you for teaching me something new, Virgo, and I'm going to share it with you. If you haven't, you might know it already, you might not. But I got a visual of a pin cushion, you know, those like little tomato pin cushions. My mom had one, my grandma had one. I remember seeing them when I was a kid, so that's what I saw, and there were some pins in it. And I just felt like such a curiosity with that. I was like, interesting, like thought about it a lot, and I remember loving it too. Like I loved the pin cushion. I was always like getting in there and sticking pins in it and making different shapes and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow my curiosity, follow my intuition. And I Googled it, and I learned that I think in the Victorian times, that's what I read. Yeah, Victorian times, the tomato pincushion specifically was made because it was like, it was lucky to place a tomato on the mantle of a new home for protection. Yeah, for protection. So then little tomato pincushions were made and kept on the mantelpiece, so they were all year round. And so they're kind of a symbol of protection and good luck and things like that. I also read that they were often made for little babies coming home, and it'd be like, welcome home, sweet babe. I just read like a whole bunch of them, and they're really cute, and they're like a symbol of protection, and yeah, that's just it, a symbol of protection. There's something else, and prosperity, I think good luck, and yeah, so I just kind of an interesting visual, interesting little trip down the rabbit hole. Yeah, let me know if you have a pincushion. Let me know if you remember those tomato pincushions down below in the comments. Let's see what this energetic chat has in store. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm going to be using the Star Tarot for this month, the Lightworker Oracle, and the African Goddess Rising Oracle. So, yeah, so obviously I feel like before I knew they were a symbol of protection, I felt that, you know, like I kept hearing the words, put a pin in it, when I first received the visual. Before I looked it up, I kept hearing that. And that's an interesting saying, right? Because that means like, let's put that like to the side for a second. Let's hold that in a position for a second. And that can be a protective mechanism as well too, because that gives some time and space to, you know, think about what's going on, or because I feel like they have a sword energy as well. So think about what's going on, to kind of really observe what's going on, to really kind of hold that in a space to really be able to tune into, I feel like, yourself about something. So and that is protective. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I really do. I was feeling the sword energy, feeling very much air energy. Super powerful. I feel like it's so interesting, Virgo. I feel like there's like maybe some protection. I keep hearing the word spells. Maybe some putting like, you know, protecting your environment, cleansing your environment, you know, and really just protecting your space. There's a sense of protecting your space. It could be mental space, it could be physical space, or both. Charging in there. The Knight of Swords is not to be messed with. Very, very powerful mind, very powerful communicator. Totally I was gonna say curse breaker. And when, you know, harnessed and utilized, is an exceptional energy to really protect your space, cleanse your space, hold your own, really kind of, you know, there's an assertive energy with it. Like when it's harnessed, it can be really beautifully assertive. You know, it can also be a slicing and dicing energy, but so you'll know where the dial is on all of that if this resonates. But I really feel like a powerful notion of protecting your peace. I just heard keeping your wits about you, which is something you're very good at. The Hanged One. I love this card in this deck, my goodness. And the Eight of Swords. Sorry, my chair is squeaking. Yeah, there's just a real notion of protecting your peace. Really tuning in to how it is that you're feeling, what it is that you whatever. It's just really tuning into the self and listening to yourself, trusting yourself. There's a notion of seeing, you know, the Hanged One is about seeing different perspectives on things, but it's ultimately, you know, it's the card right before the Death card. So it's that sense of almost release. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, release. I was going to say we're letting go, but it's release. There's a sense of release that comes with the Hanged One. It comes with a sense of stillness. And the Eight of Swords, right? Like, look at that heart being kind of pierced in the middle there. And then this eagle, this is a sense of really freeing the mind, there's this sense, there's just, I really feel like, I don't know, maybe some of you may be finding yourselves really, you know, speaking up for yourself. Honestly, it's just like kind of, it's just protecting your peace, however that's coming across. With the Knight of Swords, it can be verbal. I feel, Virgo, you're very much paying attention to your thoughts and where they're kind of not, where they kind of gnaw at you, and really paying attention to that. And that is where I sense action is being taken. So that's where I hear keeping your wits about you. And this is kind of giving me kind of pincushion kind of vibes as well. You know, like I just heard the heart of the matter. And this beautiful Hanged One energy, like I love this card. I want to show you this card so you can take it in. I heard the word inversion, so there's this notion of really tuning in, and like the Hanged One, I think it gives me Virgo vibes, but also I think it's Pisces lends its energy to this card, but that is your sibling sign, that's your opposite sign. So What else is coming up for Virgo? With this pincushion too, like it is all about protection. It's all about prosperity and peace, and they're given as gifts of goodwill and fortune and love and protection. And with that, like, you know, putting a tomato on the mantelpiece of a new home for protection and cleansing of any kind of energies that are not helpful, that feels less like this too. Like, again, maybe cleansing your space, or maybe you have been cleansing your space. I just saw cleaning out the window corners. So like really getting in there, getting into the corners of things. And the hints are in the feelings of discomfort. I heard there's feelings of discomfort in that, with the heart in the middle. I just feel like there is this listening, like there's this listening of this deeper voice, like the soul voice. The Hanged One here is giving me such deep soul energy, and it is very much connected to the cosmos, right? There is a sense of release, and then it gets into the Death card, which is death and rebirth. I feel like those of you who are here and resonating with this are very, very powerful people. And there's a lot of like karmic clearing, energy clearing, divine protection. Oh, that's too many. But I see the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Again, a sense of protecting the peace, resting, restoring, meditating. Again, going within. King of Wands, Seven of Swords. Yeah, I just, maybe for some of you, like, there's just some sort of like energy that's like Virgo, like with the Seven of Swords, it can be just like leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And I feel that. That's what I want to say. There's something here that maybe for some of you, there's a energy here that's leaving a bad taste in your mouth, and you're just kind of cutting cords and clearing your space and setting that little tomato on the mantle, and for protection, and you know, tuning in and feeling a sense of belonging in the universe, and divine protection, safety, love, and yeah. Protecting your peace. I heard blocking out like negativity, and not in a way that's like bypassing negativity or anything like that. It's just like, maybe for some of you, I heard the word haters. There's maybe just some kind of like hater energy. This is maybe for some of you. And it's just, I sense you just are tuning out and tuning in, and protecting your peace as you shine and do your thing, King of Wands, as you expand and glow, as you succeed, you know, as you experience victory. Others of you, you know, they're, you know, may feel this internally, right? Like there's certain kind of energies internally that have, you know, been confronted when it comes to maybe feeling certain energies like that, feel like, oh, I can't do that. Imposter syndrome, that's the word I'm looking for. Some of you may experience things like that, or worry or fear or self-doubt, and have been confronting that and shifting that and really shifting that and healing and there's this expansion through that as well. So some of you may resonate with that. I see that here in the cards as well. Interesting reading, Virgo. Very interesting reading. It's on the bottom of the deck. The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Just keep doing your thing. Enjoying the fruits of your labor, your harvest, your space. Like, again, it's just like there's a sense of prosperity here and like adventure and depth and transformation. I sense that there's just like this profound release of anxiety, and there's this deeper awareness of how to tend to any tightness that you may feel, any kind of sense of mental tightness. I feel a real profound release of that, and I just heard the word like kind of self-sabotage too. Like there's a notion of kind of, maybe some of you have been really released an element of self-sabotage through, you know, really tuning into that sensation and like bringing awareness to learn why it's there, like why, you know, you're feeling that way. And there's a lot of expansion I'm feeling through that. Some of y'all, though, like may have some jealous energy in your life and are really protecting your peace and minding your own business and enjoying the blessings in life. So keep doing what you're doing. And then again too, like another interesting thing is like how jealousy energy can be internalized. So maybe some of you are even experiencing like that inside internally as well, like almost catching yourself like, should I be? Because like sometimes when you're experiencing like jealous energy or manipulative energy, it like makes us question ourselves for a second. But that like questioning, I sense, I heard, is the key to unlocking like how this expansion and how this it's so hard to explain. It's just like, it's so, I guess those, like, if you are experiencing any internalized triggers, or like, should I like, I don't know, that I just keep hearing, should I like, because it makes us question ourselves. But I don't feel like that's lasting very long with you, Virgo. Like, I feel that, like, again, those of you who are here and resonating with this are very, very, very powerful people. And so I feel like ultimately, if you are feeling triggered and you're like, oh, I know exactly what that is, like, and doing what you're needing to do to protect your peace, mind your own business, do what you're doing, enjoy the blessings. Interesting, Virgo. So I feel like that pincushion is almost like the spirit being like, okay, you know, just, you are safe, you are loved, you are protected. That's what I feel like the universe is saying when it's sending me that visual. You are safe and loved and protected. And as your cosmic auntie, I am energetically giving you a pincushion, a little a Victorian tomato pincushion. Here you go, my darling. And if any of you, you know, like, remember those, let me know. Maybe if you are so, or make one up for yourself if you're feeling called to, or look it up and learn through, you know, maybe there's something there for you as well. But I also give you just like a pincushion of love, a pincushion infused with energy of protection, prosperity, peace, growth. Like, they're just like, yeah. So that's from me to you, my darling. Liberation, Queen Mother Nancy. Yeah, there's a sense of expansion, of freedom, of release of places that, you know, may have held power over you for a time, but through this internal work, this deepening of relationship with the soul and with life, there's this breaking through of those spaces. This is also like, maybe some of you are, you know, have been, you know, cutting ties with any kind of, I don't know, dynamics that feel draining and feel, you know, manipulative and confusing. Like I said, some of you who are here, like, may be experiencing energy that's just like really like, again, hater-like energy. So, and I just keep seeing like rooms in a house. So, I mean, you know, maybe when it's right, open up the windows in your house, again, cleaning in those corners, cleanse your space, and do the things that feel like intuitively right to protect that space, you know, crystals, plants, yeah, and, you know, like different affirmations and intentions, and any kind of sacred medicine that you'd like to burn through incense or sage, whatever feels right. Nag Champa is also a good one. So hopefully that's helpful. But yeah, Queen Mother Nanny, liberation. Queen Mother Nanny is super, super important to learn about. She liberated, and I feel like she's in Jamaica. I don't know her story fully, but the book is here. But she liberated enslaved people, Black people, African people, and she's badass. So let's look her up. Let's learn about her, because she's so important to talk about. Goddess of Liberations, Maroons, Jamaica. Yes, so Temple, she's from the Temple Queens, and then she is a fire element. Queen Mother Nanny of the Maroons was a spiritual leader, military strategist, and revolutionary. This Ashanti healer was brought to Jamaica in chains and escaped to lead rebellions. Nanny helped to free over 800 enslaved people. So Queen Mother Nanny's guidance: break free. Your dreams hold the power and keys to your liberation. You are freedom herself. Rise up. Yes, Virgo. There was a moment where I said, yeah, the key to unlock, like, to this expansion. Interesting. So the embodiment: you deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Daring to manifest your dreams is a part of personal liberation. Find your own personal liberation codes and your soul's unspoken desires. Yeah, the soul's unspoken desires. Oh, thank you so much for helping me bring that into conclusion, because I feel that so deep with the Hanged One, this in depth. Find your own personal liberation codes and your soul's unspoken desires. Life is too short to live within someone else's story. Interesting. Divine blessings and magic are on your side. Yes. Enjoy your freedom fully is the best gift to your ancestors. Yes, absolutely. Goddess declaration: my dreams empower me. Yeah, Virgo, yeah. Enjoy the blessings. There are dreams that have come true, are coming true, and I just sense like this profound gratitude, this profound sense of freedom and liberation. I do, from Queen Mother Nanny to you, to block out and hold boundaries with, you know, any kind of hater energy. Cut ties where you need to, you know, really confront and release certain parts of yourself where where any kind of self-limiting energy is felt. Wow. But yeah, life is too short to live someone else's story, right? Like, going back to the, I should have, like, no, like, I feel like this energy of really being like really solid in the life that you're leading, the life that you're experiencing. I feel like, again, there is just real beautiful things happening that come from, you know, hard work and manifestation, dreaming, but also like there's a sense of adventure and vibrancy coming through your energy too. Okay. Initiation by air. Very cool. My chair squeaking, sorry. 24. You have a strong and powerful mind. The mind can be a great asset. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength as you take your spiritual journey. It could also be a dark and destructive force, undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart, and keeping you trapped in fear. The mind developed without a loving spiritual practice can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. How will you choose to use your mind power? Interesting, because that kind of brings back to the first card here, the Knight of Swords, right? How that is harnessed is important, because it can be a really like cutting energy. It can be really a slice and dicing kind of energy. Very useful when cutting cords between any kind of dynamic that are just draining, and you come to, you know, the awareness through the internal processes that you go through the Hanged One energy, and to release anything that is not you know, flowing. So that can be helpful there, but it could also be too aggressive in other places. So really harnessing the power of the mind, because this is mind energy. And I feel that. I feel like I just saw, like, yeah, and I mentioned it, like where you are in the dial. So I just saw a dial again. Interesting. So the mind developed without a loving spiritual practice can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. Now with the Hanged One here is showing me that there has been and there is this devotion, there's this practice, there's this spiritual connection. Again, like, you are powerful people who are here. Very, very, very powerful people. They're like sorceresses and sorcerers. That's who I feel is here. And so I'm grateful for that. And here to just, I guess, validate if this resonates with you, to protect your peace, your space in the ways that feel right, to just mind your business, stay in your lane, and enjoy your freaking blessings, Virgo. You know, honestly, some of you may be exploring and traveling, like this energy with the King of Wands and the Swords, experiencing new things and opening up the mind. And, you know, there's a sense of deepening spiritual connection, deepening awareness, deepening, connection with life and existence with this Hanged One, and how that is breaking through like different realms of anxiety, realms of fears, realms of internalized, you know, anything that feels tight, any kind of, sorry if that's loud, but yeah, and liberating yourself from any illusions that you may have experienced that try and trick you that you don't deserve good things, but you know that you do. You know that you do. And that's where I feel like, again, like there's this notion of just sacred protection, and what the universe is showing me to share with you. And I know that you feel it. If you resonate with this and you hear even still, I know that you feel that. So to reflect that to you, you are safe, you are loved, and you are protected. And you're smart. You're smart, keeping your wits about you. Listening to yourself. Trusting in your actions. Enjoying the abundance and the prosperity and the warmth I feel coming through these cards. The King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. And haters are gonna hate sometimes. You just gotta, just do what you're doing, clear your space, do your thing, keep trusting in yourself, Virgo. You're so smart. You're so amazing. You deserve all the good things that are happening. And again, I hope you enjoy your energetic pin cushion from your Cosmic Auntie to protect you, sacred soul. I love you so much. And I hope that this was helpful to you in some way. I'll catch you next month.